What is going on, guys? I'm Alvin here, and welcome to episode 25 of Rags to Riches. Today, we have reached an important crossroad of our time here in EBBSFLEET United. We have actually received two job offers from different clubs that can actually change the course of our series. All right, so let's have a look at the team that have offered us a job. All right, so okay, Sampdoria from the Italian Serie A have actually offered us a job as well as Stoke City. Let's talk about Sampdoria first. All right, so Sampdoria, they are currently sitting at the bottom of the Serie A. Okay, they only had two wins in the whole of this season. All right, they are actually a very good club. You know, they have a reputation of a 3.5 star. Their training facility is actually really amazing. All right, their youth facility is okay. Their youth recruitment is only a 1 star. So but it's still better than Fleet. All right, but looking at their bank balance, they're actually not in a very healthy financial position right now. All right, but looking at their players, especially when you look at their key player, right, they actually have very good players. If we look at their squad, so if we look at their squad, right, they actually have quite great players. To be honest, players like Timothy Way, Lorenzo Colombo, Tommaso Berti, Marco Dele Monache. So if we look at Timothy Way, right, I think this player should be an amazing left inside forward, in Serie A. But I'm not sure why he's basically underperforming. 17 appearances with only one goal. Maybe they are not using him right. And Colombo, back in FM 22 when I was, playing Milan save, I actually signed him and he was amazing. All right, for AC Milan, he actually, if you look at his attribute, he's actually an amazing advanced forward. But in this save, he have actually only had 15 appearances. Maybe he got injured, and only two goals from the appearances that he had. So yeah, if you have a look, they actually have a very good team. Look at this advanced playmaker. Oh my god, he's really amazing. All right. Yeah, they should be doing really well, but the whole team is underperforming. I'm not sure why. Maybe the tactics that the manager is using. Let's have a look at what is their last known lineups. They're actually playing a 4-3-3. I'm not sure if they're playing a Press or anything like that, but yeah, 4-3-3 in FM should work properly, right? Should work better. So I'm not sure what Giuseppe Brescia is actually doing. All right, actually, to be honest, we actually have a more reputation than this guy. No wonder they are trying to sign us up as their new manager. And look at their, let's have a look at their hot prospect, Tommaso Maggiano. Okay, he's actually quite good. I'm not sure about his potential or anything like that because I'm not currently scouting Italy's, Serie A. So I'm not exactly sure how good is this guy. By looking at his attribute, they should be doing well. All right, but the only downside that I have is if we are to join them today, right, they are only going to give us a 2.4 million transfer budget. So I'm not sure that is going to be enough for us to improve the team. We have actually seen like about 4 to 5 players only. We are not sure about the rest of the team that we have in our hand if we are to join them. All right, the payroll budget is 34.79 per annum, which is I think 10 times more than our wage budget, which is great. All right, but I'm just a little bit wary of the transfer budget. Okay, they want us to avoid relegation. They are not even asking us to attempt to avoid relegation, so that could be a little bit tricky. All right, and being a manager who have never managed in Italy, that could be a disadvantage for us because normally whenever we join a new league, new country, which we don't even speak the language, right? So what will happen is like if we underperform in that league, they won't give us a chance. They might just sack us immediately. So that is what I'll be a little bit of a little bit wary of, you know, for me to join Sampdoria. That is what I'm a little bit worried here. All right, so yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna walk away or start negotiation for now, but let's look at Stoke City. So Stoke City, okay, if we look at the club vision, right, high tempo pressing, defensively solid, play direct. This is how we normally like to play with our Press 4-3-3 that we are currently playing in Epsfleet. All right, we play a very high tempo. We press a lot. Our defensive solid is it's still to be discussed, but yeah, we do play direct football, so it is a bit easier. And I always sign young players for my team, so that shouldn't be a problem for me to achieve. All right, and they are only looking to attempt to avoid relegation from the Premier League. So that is a little bit, there is a little bit of a leeway there for me to work on. If we get to avoid relegation, that'll be great. But if we don't, we might get to keep our job for the next year. So yeah, that is actually great. Okay, be competitive in Carabao Cup. They are actually knocked out of the Carabao Cup, so I'm not sure why they still they still put it as my expectation for this season. All right, but if you look at the salary that they're giving me, they're gonna pay me a 960K per annum. We are only earning about 70K or 80K per annum in Fleet. So this is a massive, massive pay rise. We are gonna have a transfer budget of 18.5 million to work with when I joined the club, and they have a very healthy payroll budget as well, 60.9 million per annum. So that is amazing. Let's have a look at what Stoke is up to in the Premier League. All right, so they are currently sitting in the 16th position, only 1 point ahead of Brighton, which is currently sitting in the 18th position. So if you look at their reputation, it's the same as Sampdoria. All right, the training facility is a 4 star. Compared to Sampdoria, they were actually having a 4.5 star, but their youth facilities is actually a 3.5 star youth facility. Amazing. And they have a 2 star youth recruitment. They have a healthy bank balance. Their estimate value is 84 million, and there's no debt in the club. So that is amazing. All right, their recent form is it's a bit lacking over there. And look at their stadium as well. If I'm not mistaken, their stadium was called Britannia Stadium, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Britannia. Yeah, let's just look at the name and the picture. Yeah, Britannia Stadium. But their sponsor Bet 365. They actually buy the naming right, so they are called a Bet 365 Stadium. All right, I'm gonna not gonna judge them on that. Let's have a look at their key player, Hamza Chaudhry. So one look at him, one glance at him, he actually looks like a great advanced playmaker, right? His play traits of get forward whenever possible, play short, simple passing. So he can actually play as a deep lying playmaker, as our defensive midfielder, or if he plays as our center midfield, he can actually play as a great advanced playmaker. All right, so let's just have a look. Sorry, let's just have a look at their squad and see what is their squad up to. So they actually have they still have Emre Tezel. All right, this guy is actually quite good. During my Liverpool rebuild that I did earlier this year in FM23. If you haven't watched it yet, there what the playlist is just there. You can just go and have a look, and watch. Okay, we actually signed him in our Liverpool rebuild, and he developed quite well. I didn't play him to be honest. Because we were in Liverpool for only 3 or 4 seasons. Yeah, in that safe. So we didn't get a chance to play him, but he developed quite well, and he was easily a Premier League striker. So yeah, he has only scored 1 goal in 10 appearances, which he came off the bench with 8 times. So yeah, that is not a good thing. That the manager is not using one of their hot prospect. I would say Hamza Chaudhry is there. Marcos Andre, I think this is the striker that they are playing ahead of Emre. He have only scored 5 goals in the Premier League. He's 30 years old. He is okay. I mean, but I think if you compare him to Emre has a little bit of a better attributes, right? Yeah. Look at the amount of salary that they are paying him. Our our whole team's wage budget is only 3.4 million, and this guy is actually getting 1/3 of our whole wage budget. So yeah, if you look at the morale, I think this might be one of the reason, that the team is playing so poorly, because as you guys know, FM is a morale game as well. You need to always keep your players morale high. Okay, so let's look at the Jacob Brown. Jacob Brown is he a striker? He can actually be as a winger if you have a look. When we look at the crossing ability, dribbling, or he can play on the left side as an inside forward as well. This guy can actually play a lot of position in the right and the left wing side. All right, he can even play as a striker, and he's not been playing well, to be honest. Yeah, 18 appearances, only 2 goal contribution, and he's actually he's actually using a number 9 kit. So yeah, I'm not sure what is going on there. Batista Mendy is also looking like a good deep lying playmaker. All right, if we want him, we can actually play him as a center back as well, but he should not be good as a center back. I think as a defensive midfielder, Hamza Chaudhry is obviously better than him, but if Hamza Chaudhry is going to be starting in the central midfield, I think he can actually play as a defensive midfielder at the back of him. All right, Ronnie Edwards. So let's look at the first center back. All right, doesn't look that bad. I think he's actually ball playing defender, not ball playing midfielder. All right, if you look at his polygon, he's actually looking like a very good option for a center back position. It doesn't look bad. Looking at this Stoke City squad. If I'm to join them, obviously, we will have a better look at him, better look at the team, and then yeah, and then we will be able to judge if they are even good enough to play in the Premier League. But yeah, at the first glance of the first 6 players that we have seen, right, they actually look like some good options to play in Premier League. So yeah, actually quite good. If I look at this club, right, I mean that this is going to be a step up for us, especially if you look at the manager, he's only has a 2-star reputation. We actually have a better reputation by him. 5 games played, 0 game won. I think he's just a caretaker manager actually. Yeah, Sean Derry, he left the head coach role. What happened? He joined Brentford. When did he join Brentford? When did he leave? He left on March. Oh, sorry, he left on November. So he left. So Sean Derry actually left Stoke City to join Brentford. Brentford is actually currently sitting at the bottom of the league. So I'm not sure why does he do that. Okay, I'm not gonna judge them so much. I mean, he have obviously done a mistake there by joining, and they are currently playing a 4-3-3, which if I'm to join the club, I will be looking to play a 4-3-3 as well. Gegenpress. The players that they currently have, the 6 players that we have saw, can actually play, will be able to play quite well in the Gegenpress 4-3-3 formation. All right. So now the real story, the real question, the most important question. All right. Do I want to join Stoke City or Sampdoria, or do I want to stay in EBBSFLEET? All right. So let's look at our club. All right, we are actually sitting in the 17th position right now, 9 points away from the relegation zone in the championship. Okay, so in terms of the finance, obviously we know we don't have a lot of money. Our board is also not. They are basically not supporting us in terms of finance. We have overachieved in this club. To be honest, we started in the Wanarama National League South. All right, we got promoted in the first season. We finished runner up in the Wanarama National League. We won the playoff, and we got promoted to League Two in the second season. In the third season, we finished in the third position, which was the last automatic promotion, and we got into the League One. And League One, we finished second to get an automatic promotion to the championship as well. We have continuously, overperforming in this club. As you guys know, once we joined League One, our players was actually not good enough to even play in League One, but our team have always been overachieving, and we have done the impossible, to be honest. With the small amount of money that we have, the reputation that we have, we are currently sitting in the championship. So if you look at the transfer budget as well, even the next season minimum guarantee budget is only 700k. How are we gonna sign good players if we only have 700k? And I'm sure that they are not gonna increase the wage budget as well. So it's gonna be, and even the transfer revenue is 0% transfer revenue is made available. So it's a little bit frustrating if we want to call, if we want to tell that we want to sell to buy players. It's still impossible because whenever I sell players, it only goes to the club's coffers. They take all the money. They don't even give us a little bit, of it, to be what to put back in the transfer budget so that we can invest to buy new players. Even this season, if you look at our transfers that we have done this season, right? Yeah, we sold Brandon, for 1.9 million, but at the end of last season, we actually sold two players for 2 millions as well. Luis Kumas and Michael Laffy. All right, we sold 4 million, worth of players, and we didn't get a single transfer budget out of it. We didn't get a little bit of a transfer revenue from there as well. So that is a bit frustrating. Even when I signed, who was it again? When I signed Abraham Kanu for 1.45 million, right? This was all in the installment. I played. I actually paid 100k of the first transfer fee, and everything was in the installment base. So yeah, i- this is what I'm telling you guys. This is gonna be really hard for us to sustain in the championship if we can only sign players in the free. I mean, it's not a problem if we are to sign players, in the free transfer. We have done that this season as well, and we are doing respectably well, in the season. So that is great. But all right. But yeah, if they don't increase the wage budget, how are we going to improve the team without selling any players? And yeah, most of the players that are good enough to play in the championship, we can't really afford them. All right. So that is what I'm worried about. So yeah, I think the answer is actually a little bit more direct. It's basically that, right? I should be joining Stoke City. All right, because we have done everything that we can. Without the backing of the boards, I don't think we will be able to bring this club out of the championship and be in the Premier League and be successful in the Premier League as well. Even the stadium has not been expanded even once in our whole 5 season we are here. All right, so I think, yeah, that is what I'm gonna do. I am gonna start. I'm gonna sign for Stoke City. All right, so what am I gonna do is I'm gonna walk away from Sampdoria. I'm sorry, Italy. Maybe next time. All right, I don't have the I don't have enough reputation to come in and start immediately with you guys. So yeah, let just finalize the deal and hit continue. All right, actually, thank you so much for giving me, an opportunity, a platform for me to build a team all the way to the championship. But I think this is a great time, for me to move on from the club and get into the Premier League. All right, so Singh arrived with a record of 138 wins, 49 draws, and 55 defeats in his career. He also won a league title. His game in charge will be against Manchester City of all games. Oh my god. All right, so we have actually looked through the squad just now and all. Okay, so yeah, our team report best 11 is actually this. But I'm gonna have a look at the team. What am I gonna do is I'm gonna have a look at the team and I will show you guys who do I think will be our first 11 for this season. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys. So after a little bit of fiddling here and there, looking at the players, I think this will be our current best 11. All right. So Iverson in goal. He actually looks like a decent sweeper keeper. If you have a look, his current ability is showing leading championship player. That could be, the reason when he's not playing well. Maybe his current ability have actually dropped off a little bit. But looking at his attributes, he actually looks like a very good goalkeeper. So I'm gonna give him a chance and see how he can actually perform for us this season. There's no rush for me to replace the goalkeeper right now. Okay, Kakashi, is it Kakashi or I'm just gonna call him Kakashi. All right. If there's any New Zealand fan, watching this video, just let me know if I'm pronouncing his name right. So he actually looks like a decent wing back, left wing back on support. His attribute is actually really amazing. He can actually he's a bit average, but his current ability is a decent Premier League player. His attribute is quite good for him to do well in this level. All right, and our ball playing defender on the left is gonna be Jason Kerr. All right, he actually looks quite good. Not that tall, but good enough. His current ability is showing championship player, but I think he will be able to do a good job in this team. All right, he's fairly consistent. He loves big matches. So yeah, let's try him out and see if he can perform well in this team. All right, Mason Holgate is also in this team as well. He is actually a very good ball playing defender as well. So I'm gonna be starting him as our right centre back beside Jason Kerr. He's a leading Sky Bet Championship player. He have not been playing well this season, but hopefully with me in the team, he will be able to do well in this team. All right, so our right wing back is going to be Brandon Williams. He actually looks like a good, very, very good, right back. His physical, especially, he's really fast. His mental ability and his technical. He's not as good as our left wing back, which is Kakashi, but I think he will do good here. All right, and our deep line playmaker, our defensive midfielder is going to be Batista Mendy. He can be a deep lying playmaker. We can actually do with a replacement here, to be honest. But I think for the start of the start of our career in Stoke City, I think we can actually try him out and see if he can turn out to be a good player. He actually have a little bit of a potential ability for him to realize. If he do that, I think he will be a good Premier League player. All right, so Hamza Chaudhry, one of our best player in the club. I will be playing him as a box to box midfielder. Apart from the finishing, I think he can actually be a very, very good box to box midfielder. With his aggression, his work rate, his stamina, he'll be able to run up and down, and his lovely hair that he has. He's a very consistent player. Love big matches. So I really hope our first game against Manchester City, he will be able to do a good job. All right, our Mazala on attack. I think we should be looking for a Mazala on attack. To be honest, in our first transfer window that we will have on the January, he is a bit lacking here and there, but he is currently our best Mazala on attack in our team. So I will start with him first for now, and if we get to sign someone new in the January transfer window, we will surely try to replace him. All right, and our left and right winger are the two positions that we will have to, address this season. All right, Adam Armstrong is actually quite good, but he should be a squad player in this team. All right, his physical is amazing. He's really fast, but other than that, he is not that good. He's a little bit average. So if we can find a better inside forward on attack, or maybe a left winger, all right, that is better than Adam Armstrong. He can actually play as a backup for this position, and he can even be as our backup advanced forward on attack. All right, okay, and our right wing position, we actually don't have a proper right winger, in our club. All right, he can actually, Marcus Tavernier can actually play quite good in this position. He is, to be honest, below than average. If we can find a good player that can come in and take this position and make it his own, that'll be great. I think, yeah, like I mentioned to you guys, left and right wing will be our main priority for us to improve in the January transfer window. And Emre Tezel. All right, so this boy, I'm gonna be starting him. Yeah, they are showing that he's a championship standard player, but for me, when I compare him with our other strikers, I think he will be our best striker. All right, so I'm really looking forward to play with him and see whether he can actually improve our attacking line I know it is going to be against Manchester City, but yeah, we could just try. We are a Premier League club, right? Who knows? We can actually get an odd draw against Manchester City. I know I'm dreaming a little bit too high in our first match, but yeah, things do happen, right? All right, so looking at our schedule, right, we actually have a very tough month ahead of us. We are going to be playing Manchester City, which is going to be done tomorrow in our first episode of as a Stokes manager. All right, we're going to be playing Manchester City and Aston Villa in that episode. And to end the month of December, we will be facing Arsenal and Manchester City. If we look in the month of January, it's a little bit better. Yeah, in the month of January and February, if we manage to bolster up our team, if we manage to improve our team, I think we will have a good chance of staying up. All right. Yeah. After playing Manchester City, Arsenal on December, we will only play basically the top six, the big six in the Premier League in the month of March, where we are going to be facing Tottenham, Manchester United, and to end the season, we will be facing Liverpool and Chelsea as well. So this month, this January and February will be crucial to ensure that we stay up in the Premier League, not Premiership. Sorry, I'm so used to saying Championship, right? Yeah. All right. So these 2 months is going to be crucial, but tomorrow we will be coming back for our game against Manchester City and Aston Villa. So if you have not, subscribed to my channel yet, do that. So that you will be able to see how we can ensure that this Stoke City club stays up in the Premier League this season. It's going to be a tall order, but this is a challenge that I am looking forward to. All right, guys. So if you have enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.